Why emotional invisibility becomes our armor weave. All had moments in life where we felt utterly seen, where our essence, our thoughts, and feelings were acknowledged and validated by another person. These moments are rare and precious because they allow us to recognize our humanity. Conversely, we've all experienced times in our lives where we've felt unseen, where our contributions, emotions, and perspectives have been overlooked or disregarded. Imagine constantly feeling unseen, not just by others, but also within yourself. What happens when we internalize the idea that our emotional experiences aren't valid or important? Today, we dive deep into the complexities of emotional invisibility, its subtle signs, its devastating impact, and the path to reclaiming your emotional voice. Have you ever felt that even in a crowded room, you are utterly alone? Like your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, your existence is not recognized or acknowledged by those around you? It is a haunting sensation. You are physically present, yet emotionally absent from your own life. Welcome to the eerie realm of emotional invisibility. You might not be wearing a cloak of invisibility, but in the eyes of others or even your own, you might as well be. The early signs we overlook. Life's tapestry is woven with moments that test our resolve and resilience. Do you find yourself shrinking into the background, becoming quieter, less assertive, and maybe even suppressing your true feelings and opinions? These are not isolated actions. They are silent SOS signals indicating that your emotional well-being is at risk. Consider these scenarios. You raise your hand with an idea in a meeting, but your contribution goes unrecognized. Or perhaps you share a personal story expecting empathy, but it falls on deaf ears. Each such incident chips away at your self-esteem and reinforces the belief that your emotions are not important. As these instances accumulate, they paint a stark picture of emotional erasure, a chilling prelude to invisibility. Why it hurts so deeply. Being emotionally invisible is not merely about being overlooked. It is about being eradicated from the emotional landscape. Your feelings, needs, and experiences cease to exist in the eyes of others, or worse, in your own reflection. Imagine living in a world where your emotional reality is denied, where your truth is distorted or disregarded. This emotional vacuum can lead to a myriad of psychological repercussions, including heightened anxiety, depression, and a skewed sense of self-worth. You might find yourself questioning, am I too much? What is wrong with me? These thoughts are not indicators of a faulty character. They are cries for acknowledgement. The sting of emotional invisibility is intensified when it occurs in close relationships or family settings. When your closest connections fail to see or acknowledge your emotional reality, it shatters your sense of security and trust. This lack of emotional reciprocity can leave you feeling profoundly isolated, trapped in a world where your emotional needs are neglected and your voice is unheard. For instance, imagine growing up in a household where your emotions are consistently dismissed or ridiculed. Your innocent tears might be labeled as petty, your fears rationalized away as irrational, and your joys minimized as insignificant. Over time, this emotional neglect can warp your perception of yourself, leading you to believe that your feelings are invalid or burdensome. Consequently, you might develop a tendency to suppress your emotions, fearing that expressing them will lead to ridicule or disconnection. The role of early relationships, the blueprint of our emotional well-being, is often laid down in our earliest relationships, particularly within our families. The emotional nourishment or neglect we receive during childhood significantly shapes our beliefs. It's about ourselves and our place in the world. If you grew up in an environment where your emotional needs were not met or were belittled, it could have a profound impact on your ability to connect emotionally with others later in life. Perhaps you come from a family where emotions were seen as weaknesses rather than strengths. Or maybe you have memories of being comforted when you were upset. These early experiences can normalize emotional repression or invalidation, making it challenging to feel seen and heard in adulthood. This is not a reflection of your strength or resilience. It is a testament to the formative power of early emotional experiences. The illusion of strength. Many mistakenly view emotional resilience as imperviousness to feelings. In our culture, we often glorify stoicism, portraying it as a virtue synonymous with strength and maturity. However, this cultural narrative can be misleading and even harmful. True strength lies not in suppressing our emotions, but in acknowledging and managing them effectively. By embracing our emotional experiences, we cultivate resilience, not weakness. Constantly needing to hide or diminish your emotions to protect yourself from potential hurt or ridicule can be emotionally taxing. Picture yourself as an actor, forever performing a role, always vigilant, always cautious. This continuous performance can lead to emotional exhaustion, leaving you depleted and disillusioned. You might start to associate your feelings with danger, believing that acknowledging them will bring harm rather than healing. Moments that can break the spell. Amid the somber tale of emotional invisibility, there is a glimmer of hope. Imagine a chance encounter with someone who asks you how you genuinely are, not as a social courtesy, but with genuine interest. Or picture a friend extending a helping hand when they notice you've been unusually quiet. These moments of genuine human connection can serve as powerful antidotes to the poison of invisibility. Such experiences, while seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of things, can be transformative. They whisper to your soul that you matter, that your feelings are valid, and that you deserve to be seen. These moments are like cracks in the clouds, allowing a sliver of light to illuminate the path out of the darkness of invisibility. They offer a tangible reminder that you are not alone in this journey, and that there is hope for breaking free from the chains of emotional erasure. Finding your voice again, the journey to reclaiming your voice, is akin to rediscovering a melody you once knew by heart. It involves patience, persistence, and an unwavering belief in your inherent worthiness. The process begins with self-awareness, recognizing the signs of emotional invisibility within yourself and understanding their impact on your well-being. It might involve confronting deep-seated fears of vulnerability or rejection. But each step forward, no matter how daunting, is a victory for your emotional health. As you continue this journey, seek support. Connect with friends, family members, or mental health professionals who can offer a listening ear, and a safe space for you to express your emotions. Sharing your experiences not only lightens your burden, but also validates your emotional reality. Remember, your feelings are not burdens. They are the language of your soul. Learning to read and understand this language is an invaluable skill. With time and consistent effort, you will gradually regain your emotional voice. It won't be a straight path. There might be moments when you feel unseen again, or when old patterns resurface. But each setback is an opportunity to practice self-compassion and recommit to the journey. As you keep showing up for yourself, you'll start to see positive shifts. You'll find yourself asserting your needs more confidently, laughing a little louder and crying a little freer. The world might still have its moments of darkness, but your inner light will shine brighter, illuminating the way for others who are navigating their own journeys of emotional discovery. I am Zane, a relationship consultant and psychologist. If this video resonates with your experiences, please consider subscribing to STR TV. Here we delve into the intricacies of love, self-worth, and emotional intelligence, providing you with the tools and insights to navigate your emotional landscape more effectively. Next time, we will talk about the hidden costs of always being the strong one. Until then, let this video serve as a reminder that you are not alone in this journey. And thank you for watching.